Hi, it's Christina with the Sisyphean Journal. Today is September 3rd, and we have a pre-Roe abortion death. Basically, this young woman, well, it's very sad. After California legalized abortion on demand in 1970, a Texas company began selling abortion referrals and airfare. So basically, it was abortion tourism. A 20-year-old woman named Kathryn, who lived in Dallas, was one such customer. So she decided to do her abortion tourism to California thinking she'd be safe. Kathryn was admitted to Bel Air Memorial Hospital in Los Angeles County on September 1st of 1972. Now, until Roe versus Wade came down, California abortions had to be performed in hospitals, and a lot of hospitals opened just specializing in abortions. So Dr. Morton W. Barke initiated a saline abortion on Kathryn at 4 p.m. Now, this is an abortion in which the doctor uses a large syringe and needle to remove as much amniotic fluid from the womb as possible and replace it with a strong salt solution that breaks down the baby's blood vessels, causing it to bleed to death internally. And if you follow the link to Kathryn's story, you can also follow a link to what these babies look like. Nurses called them candy apple babies because they had a scalded red look when they came out. But of course, eventually the blood would lose that bright red color and the babies would have a black and mottled appearance. Now, this type of abortion was extremely risky. I've covered this before. Japan, Sweden, and the Soviet Union had all totally abandoned the saline abortion technique because it was too dangerous to the mother. And two Japanese abortionists, Takashi Wagatsuma and Yukio Manabe, tried to warn Western abortionists not to do this, but for the doctors it was very easy. You check her into the hospital, pull out the amniotic fluid, put in the saline, and then wash your hands of the woman. It's entirely the nurse's problem at that point. Well, Kathryn developed 102-degree fever. She expelled the dead baby just after midnight the morning of September 3rd. Now, her blood pressure rose, she went into shock, and she was pronounced dead by Dr. John DuPont at 9:40 a.m. An autopsy found sepsis and gangrene of the ovary. Now, the coroner's jury was split. 5 jurors held that Kathryn's death was accidental, quote, the unintended or unexpected results of human conduct. The minority of 4 jurors, 3 of them women, felt that Kathryn's death was, quote, at the hands of another person other than by accident. Now, all of the jurors recommended that the coroner look more closely into the circumstances of not only Kathryn's death, but of all the legal abortion deaths that were being seen in Los Angeles County. Now, the point of contention for the jurors wasn't if the abortion had directly caused Kathryn's death. It was Kathryn's treatment by the staff at Bel Air Hospital. Dr. Renee Modglin, a pathologist, noted in looking over Kathryn's medical record that he was struck by how pathetic the efforts were to determine the cause of the signs that Kathryn was going into shock. So, and I've talked about this before. Once the abortion's over, it's like they completely lose interest in the woman. A lot of the women, they do not die during the procedure. They die because the staff at the abortion facility just are not doing due diligence afterward. So a doctor had suspected infection and ordered antibiotics, but they didn't perform any lab tests to ensure that the most effective antibiotic was being administered. And the district attorney's office noted that there was, quote, some evidence of negligence on the part of Bel Air's nursing staff, but nothing sufficient to warrant prosecution. So, again, you know, the idea that the legalization fairy comes and sprinkles magic safety dust, it's not true, okay? Again, this looks like a case of, well, the abortion's over. Meh, we've done our thing.